I woke up this morning after taking yesterday off of social media, and I found some troubling and disturbing news. It seems the son of our great president, Joseph Biden, had his laptop, his iCloud, hacked. And now they're leaking this fake news about Hunter Biden all over the internet. You got pictures of him with his dick out. You got pictures of him with a crack pipe in his mouth. You got pictures of him with a girl tied up with a bag over her head on the bed. And he's leaning over taking a selfie while eating a sandwich. And it was all, they were hacked by 4chan, and it's being leaked all over the place. And they're doing God's work. They're doing God's work to release this to the public for all of us to see. And I have to say one thing before we say all the bad stuff about the Biden family is Hunter Biden, man's got a hog on him. I'm Ty, and welcome to my house of comedy. I am here with my co-host.
Me.
And I am also joined with the two newest friends of the show, newest additions of the show. They're part of it. They might get rotated out one day and just be sitting there in the background, waving and screaming stuff at a new comedian, and then we'll rotate around. Who knows? Maybe we'll get more mic availability. But why don't you introduce yourself, boys?
How y'all doing? My name's Avery Cosey. Like I said before, if you ain't seen me on the first podcast, a.k.a. Black Stallion, a.k.a. Ooh, he tall. So now, we're going to pass it on to my other nigga, Ty. Bryce.
What up? It's Bryce Hockenberry, also known as Not Drew Carey. Check me out on Whose Line Isn't It on all social media.
That is the boy, and that is the other boy.
What's up?
Wait, hang on. I didn't mean that. Shit. Back in the day, in the 1800s, never mind. This is my friend and my other friend, because they're good friends.
We're also comedians.
We're comedians, and none of us have ownership over one another. We're just here independently.
Yep.
I mean, I think if you ask Connor, he might disagree. But
I own you.
Yeah, actually, John Conner here actually volunteered to be all of our managers and agents, so he's going to make sure that we all get booked and
you'll get booked.
Take care of everything.
If you've seen the Elvis movie, you know this is going to end badly.
He's gonna get me booked in a club and
boys.
He's gonna be booked in a club in like the south side of Chicago, and Avery booked in a club in like fucking like the butthole of Texas.
That'd be
we'll both be dead, and then Bryce will get risen up off our debts, and then he'll be like the #1 comedian of just like he'll end every show like we all could have been great together.
So
and then like there'll be a picture of me and you just like with halos above our head and an angel flying, and then those two will be rich because he sent us to both get assassinated.
Is this the plot to Grand Theft Auto 5?
Nah,
that actually
dog.
sounded real majestic right there. It actually sounded with the angel.
Nah, me and Connor are gonna, or me and John Conner, I just love saying that, are gonna end up in a gunfight over who's gonna actually get the money.
So basically,
I'm Dirty Dan.
No. Who you calling Pinhead?
So basically, what's gonna happen is we're all gonna die, and then our families are going to get rich off of us.
Have you ever seen No Country for Old Men?
No.
Oh, well,
yeah. Oh, it's
basically that.
movie,
I'm going to be dead under a tree with a
so-
briefcase of money, and somebody's going to walk by and just take it.
Oh, who wouldn't?
It's a beautiful thing, though, I gotta say.
My death or the money?
No, it's a beautiful thing of like, you know, like Nipsey Hussle?
Oh, yeah.
Like, no one who knew who
Yes.
Nipsey Hussle was and then he died.
I knew who Nipsey Hussle was.
I
fucking
did
was
too.
living in Los Angeles. I was literally at the bodega down
I was
the street.
literally shooting Nipsey Hussle.
No, I was at the bodega down the street buying a shirt with a stolen credit card. And then I walked out and I'm like, who's that dude? And and then he got shot and I'm like, oh, what the fuck? And like the next day they're like, Nipsey Hussle was shot. And I'm like, oh, I was there. I wasn't really. That's a lie. But anyway, I didn't know who he was until suddenly everyone in jail was like, hey, Nipsey Hussle got killed. And I'm just like, who the fuck's Nipsey Hussle? And they're like, he's the greatest rapper ever. And then I'm like, okay, right. And then they're like, they got a CD snuck in and they put it in the DVD player because that's what happens in LA County Jail. They're going to give them PS4s eventually too. But anyway, they give you the CD and they're like,
PS4
oh, it's
in jail?
it's
Hell
it's
yeah.
Tupac. Oh, he's the greatest rapper ever. And I'm like, well, what about Nipsey Hussle? You know, like, you just said he was the greatest rapper ever. Who's winning?
Couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
Honestly, couldn't
I'm
tell
just
you.
saying, my point is...
I mean, has Nipsey Hussle had any albums come out post-mortem? Like, has he had any
Oh,
more
for
come
sure.
out?
I'm sure
Yeah.
they're
I don't
releasing... This is what you... Like, if I were to die... If I were to get slightly famous and die... The best thing anyone could do is get a hold of that hard drive. The hard drive... It's in there, I think. You get a hold of the hard drive, and it's got all those extras we never released. And then you'd release those month by month. And be like, oh, this was his unreleased shit. He eventually went unreleased, and it's just like bullshit outtakes. And people are like, oh my god, wasn't he the funniest? And it's like, no, it was stupid. You guys are just fucking bandwagon jumpers. Get out of here. Fuck
Honestly.
Nipsey Hussle, dude. Rest in peace,
Well, not,
though.
whoa, not fuck Nipsey Hussle.
I rest in peace.
I know what. Listen, I know what
I
you're
don't.
talking
You know what I
about, though,
mean?
like-
I don't mean like.
Rest in peace, you piece of shit.
No, I don't
Rest
mean
in
it like
peace of
that.
shit.
I mean like. Okay, sorry.
I don't know who that is, so.
Fuck all
a
of
rapper.
you who liked
got
Nipsey Hussle after he died. Rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle.
It's been a lot like that. Like rappers be dying and then like
And then
they blow up, and then it's like weird.
And act like they
And it's
don't know
like-
nobody.
What?
No.
What?
He's fucking dude. He can't handle his shit. What are you, Irish or something?
What? No.
He said red
Exactly.
eye.
That's
You're
why.
that's
That's why you
That's
can't.
why. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Figured it out.
Fine now.
You want another shot,
I mean, maybe not right this second.
bro? You Englishmen can't handle
I
this
said
shit.
they're gonna. They said they blow up and they act like they don't know nobody.
Like Riff Raff.
Yeah.
No, but no.
See,
like
that's why we're on the couch together.
Hang on. He was talking about when a rapper gets killed and then they blow up.
I know. I'm with you. I'm there.
Don't they usually blow up and then get killed?
They blow up and then die because you know they blow up. Ballistics, guns.
All right, hang on. Let's just take a second right now. So we're gonna talk about a little bit about Hunter Biden and all that stuff, and the size of his hog, how much crack he smokes, and things like that. We would pull up articles and stuff, but unfortunately, on the way here, John Conner was beaten and robbed outside of a Quick Trip.
Just
In
don't
Glendale.
talk about how I was molested, because that's...
Yeah, I know. No, they
so
shoved
sensitive.
it. He wouldn't let go of the laptop, and so they did him like a dog, and they shoved the middle finger all the way up his ass,
Rub
right
my
into the
face in it.
prostate. He
saw that
he
video.
came, and when he came,
it sticks
he
to the
let
mouth.
go of the laptop, and
What
it was
are
like a
you
burst
watching?
because he's like a
Pop
super.
up?
Shut
What
up.
is it?
He's like a superhero. And so when he did it, he went, bah, and he like jumped like 8 feet in the air and went around backwards. But he left the laptop because he was holding it,
Yeah.
and the guy grabbed it and he ran off. So
I really needed that laptop. All right.
Is that what happened to Hunter Biden?
not sure what happened. Hunter Biden, he was actually just at the White House when they were giving the presidential medals of freedom to all those people that didn't deserve it. The lesbian soccer player that won the World Cup for the women and then lost a game to a bunch of eighth graders or high schoolers or whatever.
Good for
boys.
them. Good for them.
They were 8th graders.
I believe there was also like Simone Biles, who just recently had to quit the Olympics. That's an American hero. I believe. I remember back in Greek times, the Spartans would send people, and the Spartans would be like, "Hey, this is too much for me mentally," and the Spartans would be like, "God damn it, that's our greatest champion. Just come on home." That's what would happen back then, and those are our best people right there. Is the people who who when it becomes too much psychologically, mentally, and it just weighs them down, and just they're sleeping 16 hours a day, eating crappy food, and they just hate life. Those are the people we depend on in America.
Say it again.
Those are the people that are the foundation of America. The people who do nothing, who cry and complain and demand that other people do better for them. And then when they do better for them, they say, that's not enough. I need more. And that's who we do this for. I'm really high. What were we talking about?
They were naked back in the Olympics.
I was
in
just
ancient Greece.
going on with it. I don't even know,
that was good.
literally the last 30 seconds.
You want to talk about a true American
Gone.
hero?
Just
I know this
Air
is
Bud.
off. This is
Homelander.
Airbud.
No, it's Homelander.
no. Ty is a real American hero. You know why?
Me?
Yeah,
Tyrant?
because Tyrant. Sorry, I know.
No. No, Ty is good. No, I was just like, me? Tyrant?
Yes,
Like, I was just doing the coy thing. No, go ahead. I'll keep
But
it
anyway, you recently sacrificed yourselves for Avery
Oh yeah,
and
you
I
did. Straight
when
up.
we were all
Oh, yeah.
yeah, we were all intoxicated
Because
in a
as soon
parking
as you
lot.
went, the cop said, woo, woo,
Yeah.
and then me and Bryce said,
Yeah, so after the comedy show the other night, we were outside, we were smoking a joint, and some cops pulled up, and were just watching us the whole time, and I was like, oh god, these guys are watching us, and I realized they weren't going to go anywhere, so I'm like, all right, I'll see you guys later, and I got in my car and left, because I knew they were going to follow, they would follow the first person who left, and they followed, they followed me, and I was almost on the edge of Gilbert, and then the guy kind of realized, he's like, oh, this is either the sober guy or the guy who can drive drunk well. And he literally just jumped
was the
over,
latter.
flipped a bitch, and tried to get back to him, but they were gone by then.
We was going.
yo,
I wouldn't have
listen,
risked it.
Listen,
To be honest,
Nah,
listen.
I would have
we
like.
were all
walk
just
home.
waiting for the first guy to go. That's all.
And I was
Listen,
like,
the
I
whole-
was, I look, I got this shit. Like, even like, I wasn't drunk. I was a little high, but I'm always high. You know what I'm saying?
it's everyday
So it
routine.
wasn't like I was good. I knew I was good, and I didn't know where you guys were, and I knew they would chase me first. And
Yeah, because the whole time I was standing there, I was like, I ain't leaving.
yeah, we were sleeping there.
Man, and me and Bryce were just having some bullshit conversations. We were just like, oh, so.
It just consisted of, is that a cop right there? It's like, I don't
You
know.
get in an Uber, you're like, just circle the block.
Just circle the block.
no, but hey, I'm not a hero because after that, I didn't even go out and like molest anyone.
There
So
goes my
That's all.
hero.
and that's we have to be
good for
honest.
you.
If I was a real hero after I got done like doing something good, I would have went and done something horrible.
Yeah?
Because that's what real heroes do. That's what real heroes do.
Like the TV show The Boys?
Oh, okay. We'll jump into it. Fuck it then. Raise your hand if you've seen The Boys.
I've seen some of it. I love boys.
Yo, no homo. You gotta, yo.
He didn't say no homo. He.
I said what I said.
What?
I mean, hey, if you didn't say
Okay, so The Boys is this fucking great TV show. Let me give you a little breakdown of it. So The Boys is basically if there were people that started getting bored and they had superpowers somehow, and it would be something random, and then, like how America is, they were like, what do we do? Let's make this a business.
Right.
And then, because that's what happens in America, is everything becomes a business. We used to be this great
Everything.
military power, and then people are like, hey, how can we make this a business?
How do we capitalize this?
How do we capitalize
Absolutely.
on this? But can we monetize it, though? That's the new words of today. Can we monetize it?
Let's
Can we
forward
monetize
this procedure. Let's go.
Is
so
this war in
it's-
Iraq lucrative?
It was very lucrative. We did well for it. We had a
Go
we had a
us.
bull market because of it.
Ty looks like he made money on the Iraq war.
I didn't, but
A little too young for
people
that.
will die one day, and they'll give me money because of the Iraq war, so it's okay.
Hell yeah.
Step 1, start war.
And
Step
don't you
2,
fucking worry about
Step
a
3.
goddamn thing.
profit.
All right, so what was the original subject? It was
The Boys.
We were
The
talking about
Boys,
The Boys, but the
right?
original
So the
subject was Hunter
show It's a very good show. It's these superheroes, and then suddenly it's not suddenly. It starts off, it's superheroes, they're super great, they're saving the... But it's all corporate. It's like Walmart superheroes, you know what I mean? Like, you take the, like, Superman... Like, they took Superman, turned him into Homelander. They took the Deep and turned him into... the Aquaman and turned him into the Deep.
Thank you for being in
But
peril.
then, like... So the show's really great. Let me give you some clip notes, some high points. Like at the beginning, there's this girl Starlight. She's super sexy. She's just like, Jesus, America, save lives.
And she has Crohn's.
She gets hired, and then she instantly gets Me Too'd. She instantly has to slob a knob to keep her job.
Yep, it was
you know
hot.
what I mean?
It was a good scene.
Instantly has to slob a knob to keep that job.
But it turns out she didn't.
Yeah, it turns out she doesn't need to. But then, that's the first episode. Then, as it goes on with this fucking show, you realize the Deep is a pitiful, pitiful little child who no one understands, and you just feel bad for him. And he's just talking to dolphins all the time. There's a scene where he's like trying to tell them, "Look, Japan's killing dolphins," and they're like, yeah, slow down, dude. Go to SeaWorld and fucking promote them. So he goes to SeaWorld, and then there's this dolphin who's depressed because he can talk to animals, or, you know, water animals, and he tries to escape with it. So it's in the little hangar, and he's driving, trying to escape, and a cop cuts him off, so he brakes, and then the dolphin flies out through the windshield, and then gets hit by a semi.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yep.
I know, but like that's what it's like super serious. Like one moment someone's getting raped, and then the next moment someone's stealing a dolphin from Aqualand, and they're making a joke about like being in a relationship with the fucking dolphin, and then it flies out the windshield, and then it gets run over by a semi, and there's like some Billy Joel music playing in the background.
Well, time to get another dolphin. I'm sure they got more than one.
Like, it's great. And then in the second season, the Homelander, who's like, he's basically like Trump is a superhero. Like, it's Superman.
Oh, you mean
if,
Trump?
He was,
if you
he
were
was
to
sending
have,
out
if
stimulus
Superman
checks,
and
so.
Trump were to like get involved and have a kid, and then like they had a kid, it would be Homelander. He's a rapist.
He drinks breast milk.
He loves breast milk. Oh man, he's
Isn't
a big
all
fan
milk
of it.
breast milk?
No, but
Breast
then
milk.
this girl rolls up in the second season. Her name's Stormfront,
way.
and then they get on the same side, and then they realize that they're like both murdering psychopaths, and then they start murdering people together while having sex.
Wow.
Like Sweeney Todd.
Like this one dude robs someone, and he's in an alley, and they both pull down, and then like he walks up and is like holding the dude's face against the wall, and she's just rubbing his dick as he's crushing his face into the wall very slowly.
I wouldn't
And
call that
he's like,
having sex.
like it's a whole thing, and like it keeps like it goes. It's like a porno where it goes like his hand against the face to like his dick, where her hand's just like rubbing the cup, and it's just, dude, it's hilarious. It is. I'm just jumping around on it. I can't keep up. I watched the first two seasons.
Because I've watched it.
Just the way you describe it, bro.
Maybe we should pause and watch all 3 seasons
And
right
then come
now.
back to it. We'll
And
get
then
back to
come
it.
No, when we're done, we're watching them. Because it literally is like the most serious, crazy shit, and then next thing you know,
I'm not fucked up enough for this. For
You
the
need another
synopsis
shot?
of this. Sure, I'll take another one.
Yeah, let's do it.
all right, another shot, real quick. All right, so if
I'm
you
good.
guys are watching this right now, you're gonna all have a shot, except if your name is John Conner.
Because I still haven't even had a cinnamon
I'm gonna
roll
make
today.
burgers for you after this, dude. Don't you
Well,
worry.
I mean, after this.
Ooh, we can watch him jump around and
Like
eat
you
his
almost did the
hamburgers.
other night. Man,
I'm ready for a promotion.
He was dancing.
Avery, how have you been?
Oh, I've been doing good, brother.
That's
I've been doing
good,
I've just
man.
been chilling, man. I'm doing some shows at JP's this week.
John Connor, have you ran away from any robots recently?
I don't think so.
Oh,
I hope
you
not.
don't think so? I hope not. I mean, we are in the room with one right now, so
Oh yes, they do.
I think you
And
can
I'm
figure
American
out
out
who.
right now, so everyone sees.
You're
Why do
America
you like
out.
that?
Look,
I'm wearing
red,
an American
I'm red,
flag
He
T-shirt.
trying to show off the drip.
white, blue.
And then the shoes.
Yeah, red, white, blue.
I'm in.
Red, white, blue.
I'm in a button-up covered in American.
The white's
flag.
my skin.
I'm Russian.
Get the
you say the
fuck
white
out of
shit's-
here.
I said the white's
They
my skin.
haven't
I'm red,
found-
white, and blue. The white's my
They
skin.
haven't found me. What the hell was that?
All right, cheers, y'all.
The Americans.
Go ahead.
I don't have any Powerade left. I'm sorry, Avery.
What?
I'm sorry.
Oh man. Oh, this is gonna be terrible.
Just do it, dude.
It's fine.
I ain't built like. I
Do you
ain't
need
built
a
like
water
y'all,
to
man.
chase
I
it
need
with?
a-
Water's the best chaser.
Bro, I'm a lightweight. Like fucking. I'm telling you, I'm a bitch. But I'll do it because it's for the boys and I'm on the podcast.
Do
so
it, do it.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Let's go.
So,
Those shots were brought to you by Buffalo Trace.
and also The Boys, because The Boys is a fucking great show.
The Boys
It's
the
best-
show and The Boys Us.
How to get
Yes.
sued 101.
Yes. It's a great show. Watch the show.
responsibly.
It's wonderful.
I can't take it.
You got it. You got it.
I don't need
My
it.
God.
I don't need it. I need it.
Yo, my favorite SpongeBob episode.
is doing.
I want you guys to know when you guys were watching SpongeBob. Like I'm not.
Okay, he knows. He knows. We're there.
No.
there.
Look, I when you guys were
Listening.
watching SpongeBob
I'm listening.
at the equivalent age, like I'm not saying I was watching CNN.
Okay.
Jeez.
I was watching SpongeBob like 3 years
You know,
ago.
like
don't think you're
like,
that
no, my
much
point
older
is,
than
is
me.
like at 8 years old, you know, people are like, "Hey, let's watch SpongeBob," and I'm like, "But 9/11 just happened. We got to watch the news."
Yeah, I think
I
I was
was-
5
And
when
then people were
9/11
looking at you
happened,
like-
or 4. I was 4 years old when 9/11
What
happened.
year were you born?
I was
97 for me.
Sounds like.
I was not 9 or 10.
Well, that's how you know kids are.
But I got
messed up.
obsessed with politics at that point. And I didn't know at the time. I was just like, "Oh my god, what happened?" And I just kept watching the news, and then I realized it was politics cuz in 2003 George W. Bush was like, "Saddam Hussein has weapons of mass destruction in Iraq." And I'm like, "Let's fucking get them. They bombed fucking the Twin Towers." And then in 2005 they're like, "No, it wasn't cuz of the towers." And I'm like, "Wait, why are we here then?"
Weapons of ass destruction.
It was like
Avery.
Ass. Boy. I'm just kidding.
okay, so we did The Boys.
Now what?
We sure did.
We did
Chill.
We Epstein the boys.
what was the other one? Oh,
Chill.
Highland.
Chill.
The Highland. Okay, so the day after we did our last podcast, there was a guy who got on a roof with a gun outside of a parade, and he shot some people. Really? And he killed some people,
They need to suck it up.
and people aren't happy about it. And
It's
I'm
time
not
to
either.
play.
I'm not happy
Guess
about
that
it.
Are you happy about it?
I'm not happy about it.
John Conner, are you happy about it?
I also know nothing about it.
Avery,
though.
are you happy about it?
I know nothing about it, but by the fact that he killed.
I
people.
do know that kid looks like a mumble rapper, though. I don't know anything about the story,
So
but I do know the
basically,
kid
let
looks
me
like
tell
Lil
you a
Peep.
little story. I used to do
I
heroin
used to
with that
shoot
guy.
up parades.
No, the guy who shot up the parade, he was the guy who gave me my first shot of methamphetamine, actually.
Really?
I swear to God, I hope that's true. I really
I know,
do.
right?
So
I'm
he
listening now.
looks exactly like the guy who gave me the shot of meth for the first time.
Okay.
You
How
know,
was it
that?
in your
The
dick?
trip?
got a couple. Oh my god, I got it. I was like, hey, if I had a bunch of this, I'd be able to get off heroin. And then you know what happened? I moved to California.
Yeah.
I got hooked on meth and I got off heroin.
Well, I'm glad you
Good
got
job.
off
I'm very proud of you. Yes, yes.
Come on, give me a
I
round.
can't
Give me a round of
clap.
applause, everyone.
Golf claps.
Thank you, everyone. I really appreciate that.
Hold on, wait.
And then I was able to get off the meth by getting into
Drugs.
jail.
Oh yes, yes.
Jail.
I hear a lot of people get hooked on drugs in jail.
No, see, I was already hooked on drugs, so when I got
Hooked
there,
on phonics.
when I got there, I kept doing drugs for about another 3 months, and then at some point, I was very high up in the whites, and then I got
A
the
grand
guy who was
wizard, if you
above-
will.
The guy above me, I was really high on meth, and I got the guy who was above me kicked out of his position in the whites. And
Man, you Karen, a white supremacist. you complained
speak
about
to
it.
your
You went
manager.
to all of his friends and were like, I think he's talking shit about
I
me.
went to his boss, and I said he was
You
trying to.
went to his You were a Karen
Let me
in
see your
prison,
manager.
bro. You
I didn't know you went like that.
Out of his job, bro.
That's crazy.
That's not even. No. It was me and this other guy. So here's what happened. All right. Me and this other dude, we went out one night because this dude wasn't allowed out. And he's like, you guys go out. So we went out. We went and did the trash. We went through the trash. We got a bunch of tobacco. You know what I'm saying? Because the cops would come in and they'd chew tobacco because they couldn't smoke and throw it away. And then you'd take it and you'd sell it to people.
Okay.
You'd sell it to people. Yeah, no, because they'd either dry it out and smoke it or they'd just re-chew it. No, motherfuckers getting herpes up in that bitch.
Can you imagine dying?
That's nasty.
Can you imagine dying of cancer in prison from re-chewed chew?
Yeah. That'd be a bitch.
What killed them?
You deserve it.
Anyway, so me and this dude, the problem was this dude.
Usually the bullet in the back.
So this dude was, so they would let two people out for the floor trustees, and they let me as a white guy and another black guy out, and so me and him got it. And look, let me tell you something about whites and blacks in jail. They're not supposed to get along. Unfortunately, I'm not good at being like, oh, you're black, I'm supposed to hate you. Yeah, you know, I'm not good at that.
You sure fooled me.
Well, that's good.
Oh, fuck yourself.
You know,
So me and this dude, so me and this dude, we get all the tobacco out,
and in my house. So okay.
Look, dude.
No, just keep on keeping on, bro. Just keep on.
Your color has nothing to do with this story.
I know we've only been doing this for 26 minutes. Is it possible to pause and smoke weed?
It is, but let me finish this story first. After this story, we will take a break and we will move on. But so me and this dude, me and him were cool as shit. So we go out there, we get the fucking shit, we get the tobacco, and I'm like,
sorry, Connor.
No, it's okay.
We're like, why don't we just pretend like there was no tobacco and we'll just split it evenly? And he's like, all right, cool. And we're good.
His name Caretaker? Did he look kind of like Avery?
I don't remember what his...
Chris Rock, really? All right, you know what? That's crazy.
All right, you're fucking up my flow.
All right.
But basically, the long and short was I came back. The guy who ran the house was like, hey, did you move the garbage? And I'm like, yeah, I moved the garbage. He went in the garbage, came back, and he's like, hey, did you take the tobacco? And I'm like, there was no tobacco. And he's like, I think you took the tobacco. And I'm like, I didn't. And he's like, did you take the tobacco and split it with a black? And I'm like, what do you mean?
Oh, shit.
Like, I wouldn't do that. I would never split the tobacco with a black. And he's like, well, I heard you did. And I'm like, nope. And then the next day, I tried to go out to work, and he's like, no, you're off the list. I'm like, what the fuck? And I came over, and he's like, that's what you get for spitting tobacco with a black. And I'm like, I didn't. And I did, but, like, don't tell anyone that. You know, but how could he know that?
Just didn't.
You know, how could he know that? They're not, what are they going to come? They're in jail. They don't give a shit. Those guys are all serving life. I'm not going back to LA. Fuck that shit. Anyway, but I'm like, no, I wouldn't do that. Like, that. But then they find out I did, and then he, like, wouldn't let me go out and started, like, doing all this bullshit. So I was able to get out when he was gone, and I went to his boss and threw him a kite because someone else in there who'd been plotting to get out
Throwing a
was
kite
like,
for everybody out there means passing a note.
Yes.
Just so everybody knows.
Thank you. I'm glad you knew
thanks
that.
for clarifying, because I didn't know what
Yeah, I kind of figured. But yeah, that means passing a note.
Yeah, so yeah, I passed him a kite. I come back later and he read the whole note. I told him everything, and he's like, "Bro, the floor is yours." And I'm like, "I got you." And I'm like,
that means he can speak in front of everybody. Sorry.
No.
please
No. This no.
I'm just making shit up at this point.
That was making shit up. So no. You have, so if you're in a pod and anywhere in LA County Jail and you're running the place, you have the house. If you have the floor, it means you're in charge of all the people in the different pods that run their pods in that floor. And then there's the guy who has the facility who owns the whole thing. And they gave me the floor, and I was like, hell yeah. And then I got back and I fucking gave homeboy the kite saying like,
Tyrant Soprano.
You're retired, bitch. And then like, he's like, what you gonna do you're gonna not let us work? And I'm like, no, bro, you can go work, do your thing. And then he went and did his thing and talked to a cop, and then he got me moved out of there. And then he got me moved off the floor so I couldn't run the floor.
So
I ran shit for a full 6 hours.
Sounds like white privilege.
But basically,
to me.
what happened?
So-
Let me get back to it. No, because
You was
I
on
remember
some
what we were
Henry
talking
Hill
about.
type stuff?
We were talking about drugs.
Probably.
So what happened was after that, I got moved out of nowhere, and another guy got moved out too. He gave me a bunch of meth, and I ate it.
Nice.
It was
Nice.
because what they do in LA County Jail is they take meth and then they liquefy it and then they'll spray it on a like a greeting card, like a birthday card.
Yeah.
And then they'll send it to you, and then they send it in, and then you get it, and then you
Send him
cut
like a
the piece
Christmas
off,
card
and then
in
you cut
July.
it into pieces, and because the liquid meth literally absorbs into the paper, the cardboard paper. So literally, you just eat like they give you a piece of a greeting card.
So like a cologne sample in a magazine.
Exactly.
Okay,
Exactly.
okay.
Yeah. Just like that. Just like that.
All right.
So I
You
did
just
that.
be sending Christmas cards in July and shit though? Like
No.
what if you didn't have a birthday card?
Merry
Like,
birthday.
no, you
You're
like
like, wait, Merry birthday.
dude, no, you literally can do. You can just do like a get well soon. Like, hey, we really hope you get off
Get
these
high
drugs
soon?
No, get off these drugs
Yeah, that'd be
soon. You
good.
do the opposite. You do
That
the
would be
Yeah, that'd be
hilarious.
good.
Oh my god! Please tell me somebody sent.
No,
me something
yeah,
like that.
and
like
they,
I hope you get over your drug addiction, but it's just filled with meth.
they literally call them. They literally call them birthday
Enjoy.
cards. No, they literally call them birthday cards in there. You call them. Hey, do you got any birthday cards?
Yeah.
Yeah, because no, it's literally because how do they know it's your birthday? Like they know it's
Birthday card?
like
Nah, man.
Like no, it's your birthday, Father's Day. Like there are. Look at the calendar. I dare you to go look at the calendar right now and tell me I can't find an excuse to send you a card covered with meth.
That's true. These
Try
days,
it.
even as a male prisoner, even if you got a Mother's Day card, they couldn't say shit about
can't
that.
say
They
shit.
legitimately couldn't say shit about that.
Nothing.
They'd be like, "Oh, what are you?" And like, don't worry about it. Don't ask me.
Yeah.
Prisoners have. Well,
So this dude gave me
He
two
said,
giant
"Ah."
pieces of it. I got super methed out. They moved me to a different pod. I told them what was going on. They're like, "You're awesome." They gave me a bunch of hooch. We fucking smoked some weed.
Wait,
we smoked a cigarette.
I was gonna say hooch means something different to
So
you than it
hooch
does.
hooch is basically
Toilet
so
wine.
It's prison alcohol. No, it's prison alcohol.
Oh,
So what you do is you take
I-
you take a bunch of, they give you bananas like every other day, if not every day. You take the bananas, you take a bunch of juices, you fill it with water, and you just close it up, and then fucking just let it ferment. And then
You're drinking
and then
mold.
if you're lucky, you don't get botulism and get sick for 3 days.
I'd love to die of botulism in the 21st century.
Well, you will.
I want to die of like
It
polio
happens
or
in
something.
LA County Jail every single day.
Oh well, I don't go to California, so
Don't do
I've
it.
been there once.
But so anyway, where was I?
you were talking about
all over
toilet
the
wine.
place. I don't know.
Hunter Biden. I mean, there's so many different
Hooch.
hooch.
Oh yeah, they were giving me
Hoochie
hooch. We
mama.
were smoking cigarettes in there. I was smoking previously chewed tobacco that I probably had sold them because I just gotten fired and moved to a different floor. And then I woke up 2 days later, and I was like, what the I woke up 2 days later. My breakfast and my lunch were from the last 2 days and that day were sitting on my bunk, and I was like, what am I doing with my life? I'm in jail, still just hooked on drugs, doing crime. Like, I realized that I got arrested and was like, hey, what can I do in jail? More crime? Why not?
Sure.
I mean, jail would
At
be
least
the
you learned
best
your
place
lesson.
to learn about crime.
Exactly.
No, but then
That's
literally
always
what
good.
happened, I learned my lesson. No, to go to a serious note, and then we'll pause this. What happened after that, I was like, fuck this isn't good. I found out there's a rehab program in there. I signed up for it. I went to it. I was in there for quite some time.
I'm proud of you.
I learned my lesson.
I love you, Ty.
I love you too.
Wait, is that the first time you've ever heard that in your life?
I'm gonna fuck your
It's
mouth so
probably.
hard later, dude.
Okay, that's fine. I've got a gap in my teeth, so it might catch a little bit.
All right, get out my house.
Get him out! Get him out!
All right, counter pause.
That's a
it.
can.
Hold on, wait. Hey,
That's a guarantee.
Bryce. Bryce.
What up?
There we go.
There we go.
Pause it. All right, this is part 2 in case I can't splice this fucking bullshit because my tech guy turned into a microphone. And so we are going to start this off with the best political ad I've ever seen in my whole life. This guy's running for Congress, so here we go.
This is top quality content.
This is the best.
Pull it up. Let's go. Let's see it.
Put it closer.
Hey, that looks like my uncle.
That looks like my uncle.
Yeah.
Shut up. Thing standing between your family
He looks like Luther Vandross.
And a dozen angry Democrats in Klan hoods. Just might need that semi-automatic. In all 30 rounds.
It's all backwards. So,
Wait, is that for here?
it's someone in Arizona Congress, yes.
I'm voting this year. Then
Yes,
for
this
sure.
is a guy who ran an ad
Who's this demographic?
that was like, Democrats think you don't need 30 rounds.
Yeah.
But one day, it'll be, you might need those 30 rounds standing between you and 15 angry Democrats in Klan outfits.
I'm out of bullets, so you'll have to share.
So speaking of bullets, AR-15s, and stuff like that, we recorded a podcast last week, and then the next day there was a shooting in the Chicagoland area.
Talk about timing, huh?
Oh, bad timing, because we couldn't meet for another 6 days to talk
Damn.
about it. Because you needed these intellectual minds on it who just smoked the joint.
Oh yeah, of course.
And so at this Highland Park shooting in the Chicagoland area, this kid did a shooting, and then there's a couple news agencies. They're like, hey, we're not going to use his name. This is what happened. And then if you go on Twitter today, you'll see like The Hill, and they'll like be like, first and last name, picture of him. Why did he do what he did? And it's like, I'm just kind of annoyed that there's news agencies that are like, we don't post pictures of mass shooters because that's why they do it, because of the notoriety. So we won't put pictures of him. We won't say his name. And then you have like other news agencies that are like, here's his face, here's his name, let's make him famous. And it's literally been a week, and they keep putting his face up there and talking about him. And then you have the right side saying, oh, he's obviously a leftist. Look at this crazy Antifa shit he said. And then the left is like, oh my God, he's definitely a fucking alt-right because, you know, he said something about Trump one time. And how about we just stop fucking talking about him? Because they're just gonna keep doing it. And don't people...
I just have a question.
Yeah.
Was the school shooter white or black?
He was white, but it wasn't a school shooter. It was a parade shooter, and it was in a super white area.
Oh my God, I got
The
a
only
bingo.
the only reason why I say that is because I saw one where a school shooter was actually a black kid, and I was like, okay, you probably had a white mom or something, because you know, black kids, like, we become cool with the teachers, like, you know what I'm saying, like we be calling them like behind the scenes and stuff.
I mean, I think
But-
it's not really white and black. It's kind of like more it's these kids who get to the middle class area and their parents take care of every single fucking problem of theirs, and they don't have a dad to toughen them up, and they have no real adversity in their life. They're scared of everything. They're antisocial. They have it's not anything to do with black or white. It's the environment they're raised in and the people who raise them and shit.
Like, we call them the Theo Huxtables.
And don't get like and I don't want to fucking like make like the thing is you have these fucking upper middle class white kids that are incels that end up shooting up schools, but then like Chicago there's a mass shooting every fucking day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's mostly that's what's kind of fucked up is like everything the media ignores that shit. We're getting a little too serious here, but let's just say fuck it. We'll do this for another 5 minutes.
Hold up.
Let's do it for another 5 minutes. But the media always like hyper focuses on these like affluent areas, or when it's just a mass shooting, one person on a bunch of people, especially racially motivated or religiously motivated, so they can try and like push away from that. But they don't focus on areas like Cleveland, Chicago, the inner city of New York, where there's tons of black on black mass shootings.
Exactly. It's more
And-
urban
Yeah,
places. You know
because
what I'm saying?
doing
Like,
that is like, oh well,
They
there's
don't-
tons of gun laws there. The reason why they do, and then like I know it might be a conspiracy theory, but the reason why they do it in these places to point it out is to try and get more gun laws passed. But if you point it out in these urban areas, it's not that they don't point it out because it's black on black. Maybe that's part of it, but I think it's mostly because they have the heaviest gun laws of all places. You know, find the more condensed area, the more democratic they are, the more gun laws they have. And then if you take the guns away from law-abiding citizens, you end up with only criminals have it. Whereas I want, like, my whole thing, look, I want to go into an area where it's predominantly black and every one of those motherfuckers owns a gun legally. You know what I mean? Like every area. Like I don't want only white people to have guns. I don't want to take guns from everyone. I want everyone to fucking have a gun. I want fucking little Susie. I want little Susie, 14 years old, leaving her fucking freshman math class, all right, going out to lunch. I want her to have a gun. So when some fucking pieces of shit come up and try and do some shit to her, she pulls it out and knows what the fuck she's doing. I want everyone to have guns. Legally. But the problem is if we take the guns away from the fucking people who own them legally, the people who own them illegally know they have that power over people.
Yeah.
You know, and that's I think that we need to go back to the original in order for a well-regulated militia. The right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. And we just need to go back to that wording and say, give everyone a gun. On your 18th birthday, the government sends you an AR-15. That way, when this Parkland shooting
Well, it's better than a
happens...
stimulus check. I'll tell you that much.
That's what I'm saying. You know, this Parkland shooting happens, instead of throwing out Tootsie Rolls and fucking
Bullshit,
candy and shit,
like
you throw
like
out
paper
.223 rounds. You know? So the kids are going down, and they're like, oh, and then the people are on the floats, and they're just throwing rounds for their guns, and then they arm them up, and then this guy, he starts shooting, and bam, suddenly a Girl Scout troop fucking 217 pulls out their AR-15s and just unloads on him. He doesn't even get one person. They get fucking 72 rounds into that piece of shit, and he's no more. You know, because we trained 12-year-old girls to shoot guns. And at parades, we threw bullets to them, and it was happy.
Yo, could you imagine, like, a Girl Scout cookie seller just pulling out a gun, like if she gave you the cookies, and then you'd be like, oh, man, I ain't got none.
I would
hold up!
I would consider my life complete if I saw that happen.
Don't correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure a lot of the mass shooters lately have been defended by all their parents.
Oh, of course.
Well, so the last one, it's kind of so there's no school shooters that have dads, like connected families. No, like they obviously they had a dad, you know what I mean? But they don't have a good father figure in the home, and even like,
Well, isn't the
10
father
times
of the
out of
most
10.
recent one getting sued? They're saying it's his fault.
yeah, because he signed off on the Floyd card.
Yeah.
But the thing about
One
that is okay, here as much as I hate regulation, as much as I fucking hate regulation and government interference, the cops called on him for threatening to kill people. He said on record he wanted to kill everyone. He threatened to kill himself 2 or 3 times. They never locked him up. They never took his gun rights away. It doesn't make any sense because Illinois has red flag laws. They could have taken his... That's the thing about there. Like, that's why that one doesn't... Same with Uvalde. Uvalde, look, let's go to Uvalde really quick. All right, 41 kids dead, 2 teachers. The cops got there and did nothing while he was in there killing people and refused to go inside. Fucking cover up. That's a fucking they're covering it up. Some weird shit is happening right there. And it's the same thing. It's the same goddamn thing in Illinois because there's no reason they couldn't have taken his gun rights away. They took my fucking gun rights away when I OD'd on heroin. Like, I OD'd on heroin with no fucking criminal record, and they said, you're suicidal, we're taking your gun rights away. Why didn't they take his gun rights away when he said he would kill everyone, and when he said he would kill himself 3 different fucking times? What the fuck? They let that shit happen. The CIA let that shit happen. The Deep State let that shit happen. Hillary Clinton was there. She's involved. Bill Clinton, Jeffrey Epstein, all them. Fuck them, dude.
Please
Deep
don't
State.
come for me. Okay?
Don't
I'm a
come
young
for
black
him.
man.
He has nothing to do with
I got
it.
stuff to do. Okay, I don't want to get attacked.
If it was 1980, they'd kill you first, dude.
Thanks.
If this was a horror movie, they'd
No,
kill
that's
you
what I
first.
mean.
Yep.
And I
And
meant
I'd
to
be
say,
doing the most smartest stuff, like just go, like when it says
right,
danger, just go
we're
the
all
opposite
like,
way,
let's
and I
go
still
check
get
out
killed.
what's behind that door. And he's like, I ain't doing it. And like, we go in there. As soon
I'm
as
like,
we go
fuck
past
you.
the door, it shoots past us and kills you. Like, what the fuck?
Well, he gets left behind, so he's
he's
isolated from the group.
Well, one movie that I can take credit for is Get Out, because he made it.
That was a good fucking movie.
Yeah, because that dude made it. So
I haven't
It was
seen
it
any
was
of the
it was
Jordan Peele's.
silly. It
He's
was
the
deep.
only-
It was political, and it was
It
subtle.
was-
and it was subtle.
You
He
gonna see
did
that new
all
movie,
those
Nope?
three things subtle as shit.
yeah, straight up.
Nope.
All right, so
I like that
But
we're just having
especially
our
when he
own
put the
podcast
cotton in his
over
ears.
so did we finish the Highland Park shooting?
I think he finished it.
All right, Connor, what's that last article I pulled up?
You're gonna want to talk over this because
The Brazilian influencer. We're gonna do a feel-good story.
Uh-oh.
3 dead in last. Oh,
Brazilian influencer.
yeah, I see it. Wheelchair bound after. What's happening?
So this is our feel-good story. Connor, why don't you read the article, where it's from, and the name, and then you can read the story after that.
Brazilian influencer wheelchair bound after holding farts in over embarrassment. Report by Katie Jerkovic.
Jerk of it.
And that's from the Daily Wire, correct?
There's been a lot of these stories
Correct.
lately.
All right. So apparently, a Brazilian read the story.
All right, a story
We'll wait.
that is old as time.
Go ahead.
Brazilian influencer VTube was reportedly embarrassed to pass some gas around her boyfriend and ended up experiencing horrible pain and having to be wheelchair bound at a Portuguese airport. The 21-year-old Instagram star, born Vitória de Feliz Moreira, that is a long name, Jesus Christ, had joined her boyfriend at the Rock and Rio Lisboa 2022 music festival in Portugal recently. The New York Post reported in a piece published Friday. It was while there, Tube felt some pain but decided to withhold farting around him out of embarrassment because the star took the option to hold in her gas instead of letting it blow in front of her beau. Why did they? What is this
Letting
writing?
it blow in front of her, bro.
Keep reading it.
The social media star had to be wheeled through the airport due to nothing more than a huge fart.
Ew.
The influencer shared in a video that she posted on her Instagram stories for her 23 million followers the lesson she learned. She also tagged her video with Brazilian singer Polka because that star reportedly also
I
recently
have to
ended
say
up
that's
being
quite
hospitalized
impressive. She held in that fart.
for, you guessed it, trapped gas. Like mother, like daughter, and at the airport I started to feel horrible pain and I was... How is she referring this to
Yeah,
her?
what does that mean? Is her mother dead from like a shitting accident? I don't understand.
Hang on.
They're
hang
just
on.
over that.
Look. All right. I just want to say real quick. She held in a fart
You
all
can't
day.
give me a gift and take it away from me.
And she did it in that position.
That's some core strength.
Like,
For real.
oh my God. Kegels for days.
I mean, I would have let
Kate,
loose if it was me.
Do you think women fart out of their vaginas?
All the time.
Look, Kegels do both. There's something called male Kegels. Let me tell you about them.
Does she look like a male? Yeah.
Oh, look, it went black.
I saw it though.
Okay, anyway.
No, I'm saying she's holding the whole fart in right there.
Yeah.
Like mother,
She's
like
holding-
daughter.
That's impressive.
And at the airport, I started to feel horrible pain, and I was even attended in a wheelchair, and it was gas. LOL. Did she say LOL out loud, or was this like afterwards she tweeted? I don't know.
Probably tweeted.
Oh, she captioned
She
in her
probably
post. I
just
should have just
speaks
read two
like
more
that.
words.
Ow.
I understand you, Mom, at Polka.
Polka.
Okay. Let me just
Weird
say,
Polka.
women need to do a little better to be more like this girl.
And my phone's dying. So I'm
You
not
know what
gonna
I mean? Like,
What you mean?
I mean, women, they need to do the decent thing and hold their fucking fart in no matter what happens. If it puts them in a
Yeah.
goddamn wheelchair, they need to hold that shit in, all right? That is not ladylike to fart. She did the right thing. I'm saying she's a good woman, and she did the right thing, and she should continue to hold that thing. And if she ends up if her legs explode off of her fucking body, she did the right thing because she held in that fart. And it's okay as long as the vagina's still there. You know what I mean?
Is this why a lot of women hold, like, little dogs in their purses? Like, oh, man, what's
oh my
that
God,
smell?
my dog farted.
It's my dog.
Yeah, oh, he's shitting there. Like, yeah, that's what they do. No, but look, more women need to be like this. Like, that's why she's an influencer. She does the right thing.
More like
she's like, oh, I got to fart.
Flatulent.
I mean, she really should have went into the bathroom, sat on the toilet, farted, flushed it, you know what I mean? But
flushed. Why?
if you don't have the
flushing it does nothing.
Ladies, do you really want
it's
air pressure. It sucks it in like a
It
vacuum.
is. No, it does. Look,
really
it's
want
an old
them to
prison
be
thing.
represented
In prison, the toilets are very suctiony. You know what I mean? So they will suck a whole fart up. If you have a power flush toilet, it will suck. You don't even have to be in prison. If you have a power flush toilet, like in Sun City, because they have
Old people?
No, they have wall-mounted toilets, so it has to get sucked out because gravity won't take it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So if you sat on that, especially sideways, because they're oval shaped, but if you sat sideways, you're covering the whole thing, especially if you have a big ass like me. And then you fart and flush, and it sucks the whole thing down. Maybe a little dollop of poo, no big deal. Just wipe. But
Okay.
So what is it with Sun City and Walmart
my
toilets?
point is, I don't know why they do that. I don't know why. I just know they do that. But my
just said
point
that.
is,
So if you're a woman and you have to fart, go to Sun City.
no, if you're a woman and you have to fart, fucking hold it in,
Like,
whether
babe,
it puts you
I
in a
gotta
wheelchair or not. All right?
You just get saran wrap, put it over your toilet, poke a hole, you're good to go.
I'm just sick of women complaining that, like, I just can't be myself. Like, I can't even fart around him. Like, women don't fart. They don't poo. You stupid bitch. They don't.
Listen, hey.
As
I
a
ain't
woman,
trying to
as
sound
a
like
father, I
gotta-
can tell you that's not true.
It is
Listen.
true. Women don't poo. The poo just builds up inside of them until one day they die.
I had a
Sepsis.
girl.
That's some
I had a
child-
girl
After their
fart in
guts
the
That's
middle.
explode
I don't
inside
agree.
of them.
I had a girl fart in the middle of crying one time, and she
Yeah,
just
you left
started
her. She was
crying
like,
even
hey,
more.
So you telling me
She just
like,
was devastated, bro.
Yeah,
she
'cause
just
you
started
left. 'Cause
bawling
you-
her eyes out.
She
Because
was
you
like,
just
oh
left her
my
at Chili's
God.
after that.
listen,
No,
right? So she was like, "Bark."
no. Well, she was crying like pretty hard to start with, and then it was a
Damn, she
hard
cried
one,
about
bro. And
crying?
it was like, "Brr." Yeah, no, it was in the middle of crying, and it was a hard one, bro. And she just started bawling her eyes out, dude. And I just started laughing at her.
Was it like with her breaths? Like,
No, it was just one solid like. "Brr." It was hilarious.
Anyway, I'm proud of this girl for holding that shit in. You know what I mean?
good for her. I couldn't have
Moral of
done
the
it.
story is
I couldn't have done it.
I mean, it would have been, but the thing is, though, is if, like, she was on that date and then she would have went home and fucked him, like, she'd have been farting the whole time and pretending it was queasy, but they would have, like, woo! You know what I mean? You gotta sneak, that's the thing. Ladies, don't hold in your farts. Like, don't do them in front of your man, but, like, fucking sneak away. Pretend like you gotta
Sneak
send a
away.
fucking message or something, you know what I mean? Like, oh, my girlfriend's FaceTiming me, give me a minute.
Yeah,
And then
pretend
you
like
go
you're
10
cheating.
feet off, you fucking...
10 feet off.
You go 10 feet off. You do like
Like,
you
better
do
give me
like
10 feet.
you do like you're pushing, but you're clenching at the same time, and you just let it out in a little slipstream. You know what I mean? Just a slipstream while you're walking, so it's just like a little bit coming out.
Sounds like some real virgin talk to me. That's what this sounds
Virgin
like.
talk.
Okay.
Talk
So-
about undertow.
Hey, bro, I don't care, man.
Yes, ladies, I'm a virgin, so if you want to take my virginity, come on, give me a try. I'll be
If
the
you
best
want to
virgin
take
you ever
his
fucked.
virginity, you have to pay Avery for it.
I want cash money.
Actually, my agent is John Conner, right there.
Agent and pimp are two different things.
I accept gift cards.
To where though? That's the thing. Like you can't.
That's
just
true.
be
You
like-
got to get
Yeah, that was
specific.
Adam and Eve, you got to invest right back in the company.
Adam and Eve. I got a high lube overhead.
Where are we? Where am I right now?
Okay, so we did Highland Park. We
Yes, we
did.
Well, we didn't do Highland Park.
Can
but
we
we talked
talk-
about it.
We planned it.
Well, yeah, but he executed. Did you know he's a SoundCloud rapper?
Who?
Yeah, no. All
the
his shit is
shooter.
super fun. Like, he literally raps about fucking school shootings.
No,
and
straight
shit,
up.
dude.
I mean, there were so many signs. There was,
This dude,
straight up. Raps
I
about
literally,
shooting
I was
up
going
schools
to
and
make.
shit.
I wrote a whole skit about pretending I was the FBI officer in charge of it, and like you're questioning me, and I'm reading internet questions now, and then but I was gonna do it in a Chicago accent, but
Yeah.
I was like eating biscuits and gravy while I was doing it, like a napkin in there, but I didn't have an FBI hat. I was just gonna do it with the FBI hat
He said-
and just be sitting there eating. And like, all right, so the first person who says, we saw they were on our radar, and we didn't do anything about it. Look, the FBI doesn't fail. Look what we did with the governor of Michigan, all right? We saw some people that were angry at them, and we convinced them to try and kidnap her. And then we arrested all them. And it turns out 6 of the 10 people were our agents. But hey, we got 4 of them. Yes, half of those people got off, but we did something.
Hey, some is better than nothing.
Always better than nothing.
The FBI doesn't do shit.
Yeah.
Is my point.
So in conclusion, we should kill all white rappers.
Not Eminem.
What?
I thought that's
Well,
what we were
Eminem
saying.
used to be good. He's
Hey. Ooh,
He did what he needed
I don't
to.
want no
He can do whatever he
smoke. I
wants.
fuck with
He doesn't
Eminem.
Yeah,
do
for
shit
real. I
anymore.
fuck with Eminem.
I fuck with
Oh,
Eminem.
okay. Well,
I definitely had an Eminem phase.
everyone had an Eminem
All
face.
white
I'm
kids
saying
had a
he is
Eminem
garbage
phase.
now. What does he do? What does he do now? What's the last fucking
All
thing
y'all
he did?
I like the new. I'm not even being satirical.
Woke
not
up.
even lying to you. I like the newer albums. With the one that he just
You
did
like his-
MGK
his-
on, and then the one after that.
You like his fucking George
the white-
Floyd shit? His
no,
pro
okay,
George Floyd shit?
But
You
I
love
just
that
skipped.
shit?
I just skipped those songs.
You love those?
That's all you have to do is skip those songs.
No, but what I'm saying is back in the day, you'd have a whole album that was pure gold, where nowadays you'll get like 6 songs that are good and 6 songs that are political as shit and complete trash.
Listen,
I'm not
how'd you
disagreeing with
feel
that, but I
about
still
the-
think the good ones are good.
No, I'm not saying the good ones aren't good. I'm
I'm-
saying he used to fucking be 9 out of 10 at the
Yeah,
worst, if
I
not 10 out
agree.
of 10.
Anyway,
And
Avery
now
has
he's-
something to say.
How do you feel about the Eminem and MGK situation?
Oh, I thought it was
Eminem
funny that
cucked
he
that
even,
bitch.
yeah,
Eminem
absolutely,
cucked that little
yeah.
bitch. He turned pop after that, dude. He
I
couldn't even
didn't-
rap anymore.
I did not like Rap Devil though. I thought the song was all right.
yeah,
but-
but fucking Eminem chewed him up
Oh
and
no, no,
spit
no,
him
no,
out
no,
after
no.
Killshot.
I'm not saying he didn't. I'm not saying he did. But I also think Killshot was a little corny, if I'm being 100%. But he wrote it like that. I mean, he wrote it
He
in like a
wrote
few
it-
days.
no,
Here's the thing
we-
about Eminem, though. Here's the thing about Eminem, though. If he wants to make a diss track, he gonna make it.
Oh no, they're
He
good
gonna-
tracks.
Like,
I'm
it
not
don't
saying
matter
they're not
like
good
what
tracks.
the beat is. He's gonna get his point across.
The thing
And
about
no, he
Killshot, though,
absolutely
is
won.
he answered every single thing
Yeah.
that MGK said in
I know, that's
in,
the crazy
in,
thing. I
in
was
Rap
like, hell.
Devil and added more to it.
No, I'm not disagreeing.
There
that
may
he
have been a
definitely-
couple corny notes in there,
Yeah.
but Eminem has always had corny notes in there. That's what he does. He puts
Not
little
his young stuff.
No,
No,
his young.
I
no,
think a
there's
lot of it's pretty
There is
corny now.
stuff in his young stuff. It's just it gets hidden over, and it makes it's funny. Like
What do you guys think? If you think Eminem was corny in the young, when he was
send me
young,
an
just
email to
send him
tyranthouseco@gmail.com.
'Cause
I
that's
think at
crazy
the
to
time
me.
it
I don't
wasn't
think
corny.
so.
I think when the newer stuff came out, that kind of stuff was. I mean, it's corny now because everybody does it, but everybody does it because Eminem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So-
everyone is copying Eminem. That's literally where we're at
Eminem, Lil
nowadays.
Wayne.
No, but that's
Yeah,
the thing.
everybody.
Is,
You
Young
see the
Thug.
Lil Wayne. Yeah. Oh.
Young Thug people.
Eminem,
be
that's the
biting
problem with
off
Eminem
Young
nowadays
Thug.
is he's trying to rebrand, but he can't rebrand because he can't use his he's him, but he can't be him because everyone's trying to be him.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know?
he can't use the homo F word.
I'm
anymore.
not saying it. He should say it. He should say
I'm
it
not
all he
disagreeing
wants.
with you, but
and
he's
he still
too
does. I'm
afraid
pretty sure
now.
he still did. In Kamikaze, he used it.
Did he? I
Did
don't
he?
think he did.
I'm pretty sure he called MGK a faggot.
I feel like if
wouldn't
we
know.
listen to that
I'm
track, I
almost-
highly doubt it, dude.
We will
with
after
all
this.
with all his liberal fucking popularity now and stuff. I
Bro,
highly
he
doubt
never
it.
stopped fucking insulting gay people ever. He never.
I don't
never
know,
did.
man. I think you might be confusing him and Dave Chappelle
No, but how do you feel about the Young Thug situation though?
about people biting off him.
That and about his jail time.
Oh, I don't even know what he's in. I know he's in jail. I don't even
He's
know
in
what
jail
he's in jail
because of
for.
the.
Give him the
Rico
fucking
charges.
death sentence, death penalty. That's all I say.
I don't know who he is,
You
but
gonna-
I don't know who he is or what's going on.
I saw
Listen,
MGK
you're
open
gonna have
for
a
Young
lot of
Thug one
YSL
time.
fans come at you, like, gonna be like,
Dude, fucking kill him. I believe in the death penalty, and I hope he gets it.
I saw Young Thug in concert one time. MGK opened up for him.
How
I didn't
was
even
he?
know.
Yeah,
I
kill
don't.
them
I
both.
stayed for 2 songs of Young Thug and left. I didn't even know he was there, like gonna
were
be
they good
there.
at least?
Yeah. Oh, MGK was
No, I
tidy,
mean,
man. I know.
Young Thug.
I'm describing both.
my bad, my
MGK
bad.
does blood rituals with fucking
Megan Fox. Yeah, but so did Billy Bob Thornton and Angelina Jolie. Nobody fucking. They just said they were weirdos. Nobody's.
people give metal a bad rap.
I mean, like, I believe
I
that.
agree.
I believe that story about
I'm going to see
Mel
Five Finger
Gibson
Death Punch.
backstage. I believe that story about Mel Gibson backstage at the.
I don't know.
There was this interview he did after. I think it was after. Not Father Stew, the one before that. With Mark Wahlberg and
I don't know.
The other
Daddy's
guys.
Home?
yeah, Daddy's Home 2. After
Yeah.
Daddy's Home 2, he did an interview with all of them. And
love
apparently
that movie.
beforehand, in the green room, or maybe afterward, he was talking to all of them how Hollywood was full of a bunch of pedophile elites, and they're all a bunch of psychopaths, and he's just talking shit about all of them.
'Kay.
And I believe that that's real.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I think they're all a bunch of crazy pedophile elites, and Hollywood's bad.
Yeah.
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 I agree.
Well, I do want to be on Comedy Central.
Nah, Comedy Central's dead, bro. Comedy Central means
Is
Dude,
it?
it's-
I
it's
thought it was
over.
popping.
It's over.
No, you want to get on Kill Tony? You want to get on Joe Rogan?
Anything- yeah.
You want to get on
Yes,
Tim
fuck-
Pool?
Fuck
You want to get on?
networks, Fuck.
You want to get on YouTube or Rumble? You want to get on internet, dude?
Man, unless a
fucking
network wants to
boomers
hire
are
me, then what's
watching-
good? I love networks. Corporations are great. I love capitalism. Sorry, I'm listening.
Get the fuck out of here! You're fired, dude. You're never coming back again.
That's fine. This is Avery's house, bro. I'll just show up.
You won't be allowed on the mic.
We'll start our own podcast.
You'll have to sit there in the corner on the shoes and sniff them.
No.
Not my shoes.
Not again.
Please. 'Cause
Not
I
again.
I don't want another man sniffing my shoes.
You sure?
Am I sure? Heck yeah, I'm sure.
We'll see how much that costs.
I mean, for 1,000. But no, like, it's just crazy how people be biting off people and like the rap industry and stuff like that.
No one
Just
can hear a
like-
thing you're saying. You're way too far away from your mic.
Huh?
You also never told us what Young Thug was in prison for.
You mumbled in your mic.
I said the RICO charges
But
with
what?
Gunna.
Okay, I don't.
Explain
What are
it.
the charges?
I don't know what
Explain
the
it like
RICO
I don't know
charges
who
are.
any of
I
this-
just
Are they
know.
gun charges? Are they drug charges?
Well,
are
so-
they?
I have no idea.
I don't know what that is, but RICO charges basically say that as long as you're involved in that group, if they charge the
Yeah.
head of that group, they can charge everyone in the group.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I bet it was probably drugs. Rappers and drugs, they like them.
Like if you're in Chicago and if you're a member of the GDs and and the cops know you're a member of the GDs,
Yeah.
and then they can literally arrest that's how they got rid of the Hell's Angels in
That's how they got rid of the mob.
where was it? No, the mob's alive and well actually. It crippled them for a while, but they're back going again. It's kind of crazy, dude.
Well, good for them.
Yeah. I was actually reading some articles about it. Yeah, they're back going. They're back going because people realized after the mob disappeared that their neighborhoods started getting a lot more fucked up and a lot more crime. And then they're like, oh shit, the cops don't help us. We need the gangs.
Yep.
Like it's racketeering and everything to have someone come to your door and say, hey, someone's going to fuck up your shit if we don't protect you. And then you say no, and then they come and fuck up your shit. But if they don't come, someone's going to fuck up your shit.
Spider-Man touches on that too with Kingpin. He's
Yeah.
the one who controls everything.
Yeah, I mean,
Without
like,
him, it's all fucked.
I mean, when it comes down to it, that's
R.I.P..
that's what unions are too. That's literally how unions started. Unions started in Chicago with what the fuck was his name? Can't
Al
remember his name.
Capone?
Huh?
Is it
No,
Al-
it wasn't
I'm
Al
just
Capone.
guessing,
It
I
was
have no idea.
it was this guy. He was a
Rudy
mobster, but he ended up
Giuliani.
he ended up starting the unions. I can't remember his name. Too fucking high.
I don't know what to tell you.
To the internet.
Yeah, I'm
But-
from Arizona. I don't know anything about unions.
The first half hour was much better than the last half hour. Maybe I won't try and splice them. Just save this for a fucking rainy day.
Somebody's
that'll
being a
take a
Debbie
while.
Downer.
No, I mean like the next time when you show up and then maybe my computer doesn't work and you forgot yours again.
Or we just don't feel like it. You're like, oh, we got something we can release.
I never don't feel like it. I feel like it every day of the week. I wake
That's
up.
true.
I wake up in the morning and want to turn on my camera and just scream at the mic.
Wake up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy.
I got my glasses.
Hey, someone laughed.
John kills. God damn it, dude. You know, Kesha. Speaking of Kesha, she
It's
got
not
fucked,
Kesha.
bro.
It's K-E money sign. Ha.
K-E money sign.
K-E
Really?
money sign. Ha.
I don't think she uses
That's
the money
literally
sign
how she
anymore.
spells it. It's K-E money sign. Ha.
I don't think she uses the money sign anymore, though.
Well,
Ever
she
since
used
she became
to, and
a
that's what I grew up
serious.
as. I was in prison for years. Before I went to prison, it was K-E money sign. Ha. So that's what I
remember
call her.
when she went by that too.
If I ever saw her, I'd be like, "What's up, K-E money sign?" Ha.
And she'd probably cry about getting raped or something.
You're like, hi.
It's the music industry. It just happens.
she signed the contract. She said he could.
Yeah. She could have said no.
Did I say on
She
the
coulda gone
last
home.
one?
Should have said no.
Did I say anything on the last one about like Harvey Weinstein and why don't those women just say no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He did
Yeah.
touch
All right,
on
I won't
them.
do that again.
Just
then.
like he touched on them.
I was
touched on
gonna,
that.
yeah.
Just a light touch.
I just really think
Like-
that those women should take personal responsibility for what they did, and if they all said no, it wouldn't have been so bad.
That's what Pam Anderson or one of those chicks like that said. She's like, you know how many people offered for me to do it? You know how many of them I told no? All of them.
Like that's
She's like, it's that easy.
like, that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm saying though. Like I'm not victim blaming, but
But
I'm not racist.
if every
I'm
one
not
of them
racist.
said no, if
It's
every
their
one of them
fault.
said
Or
no,
call the police like immediately.
exactly.
Yeah,
If like
I mean-
if the first 5 were to be like no thanks, call the cops, and he's like oh no, and then the next one was like oh no thanks, call the cops. The cops like I'll call you back, and then the third one did the same thing. He'd be like okay, we got to do something about this. But none of them did. They just went oh my god, this is horrible.
I mean, come
That was
on.
the worst thing ever. And then they went and fucking led the fucking world. And then they would go to the Golden Globes and be like, "Thank you so much, Harvey Weinstein. You did this for me." I could literally, if we had OBS, I would fucking pull up a compilation of the fucking videos of people thanking Harvey Weinstein in the Golden Globes and the Oscars all these goddamn years.
You touched me. You really, really touched me.
Dude, like Gwyneth Paltrow was the first one. Like, he raped me, he did this, he did that. Bitch, the only reason you're famous is because you sucked his dick.
that
Have you
echoes
seen her
all around
vagina
the
candle
house when he
sales?
yelled at-
Oh
Yes.
yeah, that's right.
Yes, she's selling a candle
she
that
makes
smells like
vagina
yes.
molds.
Yep.
Yeah.
He touched me too.
But the only reason she has that is because he was spreading the rumor how good that vag was.
Well.
Because
Yeah.
he was in there because she was like, yeah, go ahead. If I can be famous, why not?
See, and
He's like,
my
"Okay,
thing
baby,
is
shoot."
have you never heard of blackmail? Like, as soon as he said this shit to you, like, as soon as you hear the rumors, get into a room with him with a recorder in
You
your
just
pocket
say,
or something,
not today. I'm on my period. Let's do it in a week.
and then you go tell somebody.
And then you
you get that part anyway.
and then you get the fucking you record it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you blackmail it.
No,
like,
I agree.
I don't
He
know.
should have got fucked one way or the other, whether it was like that or whether it's him going to prison.
See, that's my thing with the boys. I really got annoyed the first episode because the girl was like, he's like, if you want to be part of the 7, you're gonna do it, and she just
You're
like,
gonna
and
do
she
it.
does it, and it's like, what's wrong with women? Because that is the classic woman from Hollywood.
That's like
the
Amy-
dude says, if you want it, the only way you're gonna get it is if you do this. And instead of like a man being like, "Go fuck yourself, I'll do this on my own," she goes, "Okay, I guess it's the only way." And then she fucking slobs it. She gets the part. She does it
Avery?
for 10 more years, and then she Me Too's him 10 years later. Like, come on.
I was gonna say that's like Amy Schumer because she's not funny at all. And that's how only she can make it, bro. Have you seen her shit? Like, come on, bro. You
Dude.
can't be
The most famous worst comedian I've ever seen in my life.
Amy
Well,
Schumer.
hang on, wait.
I don't care.
Let's
who-
compare it. Hang on, compare and contrast here. Amy Schumer or Pete Davidson?
I like Pete Davidson.
I like.
I don't know about his
pick Pete
comedy.
over
I like Pete Davidson.
Have you seen
I
his
like
stand-up?
I've never watched a
Pete-
second of it, but there's a lot of comedians I like that I've never even actually watched their
I
stand-up.
get it.
If I'm
I
being
like
100%
Tim
honest.
Dillon without seeing it, but I
Yeah.
don't. I don't like.
I've been listening to Pete Davidson on podcasts since he was like 18,
Listen,
17.
I think he has no personality, and he's just.
I don't disagree
Listen,
with that, but I think some of the stuff he does is pretty baller.
The only exposure
I think he
have
has a
to
good
Pete
publicist.
Davidson is the Smart Water commercials. That's all I know about him.
Listen, I can tolerate Pete Davidson. If it's like Pete Davidson versus Amy Schumer, then I'll pick Pete Davidson all the way.
Yeah.
I can
Yeah,
he's a
oh,
man.
for sure. Oh, yes, definitely. No, I got some.
Have you
giggles
seen
out of
King of
special.
Staten Island?
Huh?
King of Staten Island is a Pete Davidson movie. Bill Burr was in it.
Yes, sir.
Good movie, bro.
That was good.
movie.
But,
I'm
okay,
telling
no,
you,
that's
that
not-
was a good
I was like,
movie.
That's
Whoa.
not. Hang on, that's not him.
I
That's
think
not
he
him.
wrote it. I'm pretty sure it's about his life. He wrote it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, bro.
Are you sure he
Because it's
wrote
about
it?
no, it's about
on
him.
Hulu.
It's
But-
no,
okay,
he's
so, no,
because
but that's my thing about him. That's my thing about him. I think he's a great writer, but I think he's a horrible performer.
yeah, I've never seen the stand up, so I
no,
don't know.
I see his stand up, and you know how he is on Saturday Night Live. Have you ever seen him on there?
I've seen clips,
course.
but it's
not
only the good stuff.
It's not. He's like
Some
"Ugh."
stuff.
But I like that he's not super in. He's not like an SNL cast member. He's on SNL. You know what I mean?
No,
He's like
he's
kind
an
of.
SNL cast member for sure.
What's
oh,
the
He
my
doesn't
difference?
God.
act like it though. He doesn't
Yes,
act all
he do-
preppy and stuff.
He is.
What?
You are crazy.
He's friends with a lot of the real New York comedians. He started as
He
a
is a
real
New
New
York-
York comedian,
I
and
am
that's
not
what I
saying
see him
He's
as.
a bad comedian. I'm saying I do not like him or find him as a personable comedian, in my opinion, and I think he has good publicists. I think your generation has a different standard of comedy than I do.
Oh, I don't know anything about his comedy. I don't respect his comedy. I like him.
Fair enough. What?
I guess so. Yeah. I guess I get it. I guess I get it. Yeah.
He's a bro. I like it. He's just chilling. He's like a I
mean,
the
I
one
think I
joke
would
I've
like him as a
seen-
person. I think I would like him as a person, but
Yeah.
I watched his specials and I watched SNL and I'm just like, oh, it's so cringy, dude. To me,
Does
No,
he write
I
it though, or
agree.
is he told to do that stuff?
that's what
No,
I'm
the
saying.
stand-up is like, the stand-up is him for sure. The SNL
stand-up's
stuff
not horrible.
is...
It's not horrible.
Oh,
It's not. I just don't think. I feel like he got his stand-up off the back of SNL, and it wasn't. It was something as a placeholder in the midst of the PC Me Too movement. His special got popularity
stand-up
when
was
you
a filler
couldn't
episode?
put out something that was dirty and raunchy.
See, but he started as a stand-up. Before SNL, but he's been a stand-up since he was
is a
17.
stand- I know he is, but they curate that shit. I believe he is in possession of Hollywood people, and they curated his stand-up, and they made him pick the shit they felt would hit with the people they wanted it to hit with.
Well,
And
a lot of the big guys have writers. Kevin Hart has writers. Kevin Hart doesn't write a lot of his own stuff.
Oh
okay.
yeah, man.
All right, look, I'm
Speaking
sorry.
of Kevin Hart, did you see?
I'm not saying he's funny. Don't get me wrong. Don't take me as that. I'm saying Kevin Hart's funny.
I can't stand motherfuckers that don't write their own shit.
A lot of them don't,
It's
dude. A
music
lot of them
or
don't.
comedy. That's bullshit, dude. No, it's
Listen.
music or comedy. That's bullshit. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No,
You go ahead. You go ahead.
You're about to. I know.
I'll go. It's fine.
We're here.
Don't worry, I got this.
Let's go.
Listen,
I got nothing to say.
it's just because. Listen, you can tell that Kevin Hart has writers, especially in his last two Netflix specials. Fucking Irresponsible and not What Now, but Zero Fucks Given. You can tell that he's like rich comedy. You know what I'm saying? Like back with Laugh at My Pain, fucking I'm a Grown Little Man. That was him.
Yeah.
That was him. But now he just got rich. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like that's what happens sometimes. Like Eddie Murphy, he was raw.
Dude,
and
Eddie
in
Murphy
the-
could come back and do it.
but
Well,
he,
he was
won't
supposed
though.
to, and he
Because he talked to Big
didn't,
Game. He was
yeah.
like, "Man, I'm about to like surpass
Well,
Kevin Hart."
Netflix
and
already
stuff
gave
like
him
that.
a deal, and like they were ready for him to come do a special, and
I don't
think he
understand
just
why he
isn't
didn't,
now.
dude.
I don't
He
know
coulda
what
let it
happened.
up. Dude, Eddie Murphy was so funny, bro. Eddie Murphy was one of the. Dude, he was one
Oh,
of
I
the.
agree.
He's
goats,
a
dude.
legend. He's a
Delirious
legend.
is the first special I ever watched as a kid.
Oh,
I
of
mean, me and my
course.
dad.
Delirious?
He's
That's
like, I'm gonna
crazy.
show you something, and he played me Delirious, and it was the. I mean, I was a little. I probably didn't understand half of it, man, but it was the funniest fucking. I mean, the funniest thing ever.
Can I go off about comedians and fucking singers that use writers?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
we were already talking about Kesha. So.
I just can't stand like especially like so I found out when I was in jail because I'd watch there's a music video channel for country music, and there was one for rap and one for country, and I would go back and forth, and like the rap music, I found out Blake Shelton does not write his own songs at all, not a single fucking one.
Most of them
and I'm
don't.
like, and it ruined it for me because I thought this was magical, and the way he sung it was like, oh, he feels this, but then it turns out he's so good of a sociopath, he is able to project emotion from a song that he does not feel and put it out there and make everyone think that this is his. And then you watch Video Music Awards and it says written by this person, this person, this person, this person, this person, performed by Drake. And it's like, what the fuck is... That's why I have zero respect for Drake. I think Drake is a fake-ass fucking artist, and he's a performer. He's a fucking performer, not an artist. And then when you talk about... Like, I mean, like, I know, like, Kevin Hart is one of the greats, but he doesn't write his own shit. And that's hurtful. That is hurtful to people who write their own shit and perform it. You know what I mean? Like,
especially because
it's great for people who can write really well but can't perform. You know what I mean? Like, because I'm sure Kevin Hart has writers who are like complete fucking like introverts.
His writers are his friends.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
the
they're
Plastic
introverts
Cup
and they
Boys.
can't get on
Yeah, Plastic
stage
Cup
and they
Boys.
have no stage presence. And I understand it, but it's just like. I guess
But he's
the
doing
reason
his
it
thing,
isn't
though.
even... I don't dislike the people who don't write their own shit and use writers. I dislike the people that don't know that. The people who are like, oh my god, he's such a funny guy, he's the greatest comic ever, and you're like, well, he's the greatest performer
And then they
of
get
his
all mad.
time,
So
sure.
what do you think of Elton John then? Because he doesn't write his own lyrics, but he writes the music for it.
I think he's a fucking amazing piano player.
Yeah, at least he's writing the music.
Yeah, that's the thing.
what I
That's
would
the thing.
say.
Like he
Music's
found
different though, man. Everybody has writers. I mean, if you really look into it, most bands have somebody else writing their
But
shit.
even if they offered me a show on Comedy Central and they're like, here's your writers, I'd be like,
Well, I mean, a TV show, that's different, man. You gotta have writers for a TV show.
I know, but I would still be like, and then I'd get like you two, and like it would be like,
Well, yeah, you gotta have, like, comics, stuff like, you know.
no,
That's
but my
one
point
thing.
is it would still be like, I'm one of those people who, I know, like, I have a certain act that I do, but I'm one of those people that if, like, credit where credit's due. Like, I get, like, when I was working, I'd get annoyed when I'd show up and help for an hour and be like, all right, see you guys later. And they'd be like, oh, thanks for the help. And I'd be like, I did nothing. Just stop that shit. Like, I don't want that suck up bullshit. You know what I mean? But, like, if it's actually, like we all show up and we put in work and do the thing, like we say, hey, we did this together. Like, I just don't like when...
Yeah, there's a difference. You know
There's
what
a
I'm
difference
saying? Like,
between like, hey, look at me, I'm amazing, and then like in the credits, like as fast as we can, written by Bryce and Avery. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's what's...
That's a lot on the comedians' Netflix specials, because you see it. Because like I was watching Kevin, like going back to Kevin Hart, when it says written and performed by, it says his friends Harry Ratchford and Joey Wells. So it's called I forgot what it's called, but it says but it's like co-writers, like writers, basically.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, I get what you're like saying with that.
But would you rather have a comedian that has somebody write their stuff like Kevin Hart, or a guy like Jerry Seinfeld who's been literally doing the same hour for the last almost 20
Listen,
years?
speaking of
Bobby-
He wrote it himself.
But that's the thing. Bobby Lee does the same thing. He's never done a special, keeps doing the same thing over and over again, and everyone shows up for it. Bert Kreischer tells the machine story every time, and people want it. They need it.
But that's a little different. That's always an encore. He does the
And-
machine
but-
always at the end. That's always after he's done doing his new hour.
Well, some people want it at the beginning. Like it's,
They want it, but he only does it at the end.
No, my point is I guess the point is writing it yourself. It's not about doing this. If you do the same thing over and over again, that's fine. But if you don't write it yourself,
Whatever
I think
works for you, you know?
I think you should be like not only like it was like not only in the credits it should say written by so and so, but you should fucking plainly say at the beginning or the end of your special that I didn't write this shit. You know what I mean? Like,
No,
it's
I agree.
kind of off the backs of others. Is maybe that's just the young communist in me that used to be there, saying like, I have a problem with people lifting themselves off the backs of others and wanting to distribute more, but I just feel like there's a lot of people that got too famous off the backs of others, like Kevin Hart. Like, I'm not saying he shouldn't be famous. He isn't funny. He isn't a great performer, but the people who wrote the jokes for him should have gotten more fame and notoriety. And
Like more recognition.
yeah, a lot more recognition,
Yeah.
because whoever wrote those jokes,
His friends are pretty funny. Like his
no,
friends
yeah, no, that's
are
what I'm
funny.
saying. Like, he
Spank, fucking Harry. Harry's that's my favorite guy out of his friends. Harry's funny.
I don't think I.
Joey Wells. Naeem Lynn. Yeah, that's who I can name right now. That's- But yeah, they're pretty hilarious, and they need more recognition.
I don't even know what we're talking. We're fucking talking about comedians like we're fucking something. We will be one day.
We're talking about comedians
will
like
be.
we've been watching.
Listen, bro,
them
we're
for
hustling
years.
out here. Like, we're all comedians. We're hustling. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a fan of both of you guys' comedy.
I'm a fan
Bryce
of you
and
guys.
Ties, you know what I'm saying? And, like, they come
I'm
support
mostly a
me
fan of
and I
Connor.
support them.
I was just, god damn it, dude, you fucking piece of shit. I was literally gonna say I'm a fan of none of yours but Connor's, but you took it.
Thanks.
I was just making a joke. No, you guys are.
No.
You know. Think you're both hilarious, and I definitely enjoy this shit. But I definitely think the first 30 minutes was better than the second 46 minutes, and these.
Well, we didn't get into a fight before the first 30 minutes, so
Yeah, it wasn't really.
I know I'm fucking with
whatever.
you.
No.
Whatever.
The first half was comedy. The second half was comedy and debate.
Comedy.
Speaking of comedy, we need to bring back the 90s.
Bring back the 90s.
Because that
Bring
was
back
funny.
George
Especially SNL, bro. SNL back in the day with Chris Farley, Chris Rock,
I
Adam
could bring my
Sandler.
64 here.
You can... They were funny. And now it's all political, and it's just like... Why?
I mean, it can be political, but you gotta hit both sides. You can't just whatever's funny. Like, in my opinion, it's whatever's funny that day. You know what I mean? Which is, it's like right now, it's a lot easier to swing hard on the left than the right. But like SNL just keeps trying to swing as hard as they can on the right, and it's just like cringy because they overuse the same shit over and over. They literally have been running Trump into the ground for fucking 6 years now.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Like,
Trump, Hillary, who else?
Like, fuck, put your finger on the pulse and try something new. I
Mike
want
Pence, everyone. They're just...
everyone, like,
geez.
everyone's up for grabs. Like, that's what I don't get. Like, you could, like when, like, all the press conferences, like, as much as people can love DeSantis is a good politician. People love him. He's very likable. But you could make fun of his Florida accent. You could parody his fucking bill, but the right won't do that. And then the left, they fucking come up with some parody about it, and it's just completely off base and just, like, too on the nose of what their political thing they want is. And it's... I don't know. Comedy's disgusting these days, dude.
It
I
is,
wanna
'cause
see it.
everyone's sensitive. And, like, it's like, bro, why even come to it's a comedy show. Like, bro.
But by all
You
means,
know what I'm saying?
come to any comedy show that we're
But
at.
no, yeah, we're not gonna, like, just, like...
I will come
This
and
is a
let
big
down,
anti-commercial,
like,
I
on purpose,
promise
know
you,
what
it's
I'm saying?
fun.
Like,
Please come to our comedy show, and I will lecture you about leftism and why we need to cut off the cocks of small boys and make
Listen,
them into
I'll-
girls.
He will.
well, I want them to come to my shows, you know what I'm saying? Like,
He know. See, I want you to arrive at my shows. Avery wants you to come to his shows.
He wants you to
Hey,
come inside
okay,
his shows.
hey.
He wants you to do that Pee Wee Herman shit.
okay,
You know what
DJ
I mean?
D-Ray. Let's cut the
Cut
beat.
the music.
Let's cut the beat.
Yo, let's wild
Talking
it
about
out
beat
right
off a dead
now.
horse.
I want to see SNL make fun of AOC. That's
my-
what I want to see. You know what I mean?
Do you guys want to make fun of AOC?
I don't know, too. I know that she's
I'll write it.
banging, dude.
Oh, I'll write it.
All I know about AOC is that she's banging.
Yeah?
I
Connor,
don't know
will you
anything.
play
And
AOC?
she's a crazy liberal.
I don't know if I'm allowed.
I tell you what, I'll play
I don't know
AOC.
if I'm allowed.
All right, here's what we do.
Whipped.
Here's what we do. I'm gonna play.
I know who
I
can
can't
play
play
AOC.
AOC.
Because you're not a
she's.
We could find somebody to play AOC for sure.
So, we would need a person of color who's. They don't need to be female. They just.
Just say me.
I was gonna say you can't play AOC because you're not a POC.
Have
You
heard
ain't
her
gonna
voice?
play a woman, Avery.
Oh my
You're
God,
not gonna
dude.
play a woman, bro.
Oh my God.
Don't lie.
All right.
I said you're not gonna play a woman.
So.
I mean, I'll give him a chance. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So we're gonna have to call this like an after-hours special because this 50 minutes hasn't been comedy. I'll be honest with you.
Dog, I think this 50 minutes has been a lot more comedy than the last one. If I'm being 100 with you.
Oh, I disagree. I don't think so.
Let us know in the emails.
I don't think so.
It's been a lot more lighthearted. I feel like for sure. We didn't talk about
No,
any-
it's like
well, we did talk
were
about
debating.
mass
we were
shootings.
we were debating really. I mean, we did weird stuff about mass shootings, but we were basically debating.
That was lighthearted.
It's not comedy.
It's not comedy.
I don't know. Like the first part was comedy and talking shit, and the second part was us like literally debating subjects.
Okay.
That's how it is.
Yeah, you sent us the subjects. I thought that's what we were doing here.
No,
those
it's.
We're doing both. I've been throwing out mass shooter jokes.
I figured
I
out.
said I liked boys earlier. Oh, wait, no, that was the
Okay,
first
well then
half.
hopefully
that was
we
the
can
first
put
half.
these together. I was gonna save this for an after-hours special,
Oh, I'm not saying don't. I'm just saying it's good.
but Bryce
Quality
wants it to
content.
be the main
Oh, I didn't
part.
say that. I said it's
He
just good.
wants
God damn it,
himself
bro.
headlined.
I'm in both of them.
He said
You're on
Muhammad
the
wasn't
side,
a real fucking prophet,
Well,
and
I did
that
draw a picture of
all Muslims are
Well, who wouldn't?
wrong, and they will all burn in hell under his God. He said that. He told me that during the intermission.
Don't
he's
get
not
him
my
canceled.
God.
So remember it.
Don't get him.
How do I know who to worship?
I'm not
if
trying
I
to get
don't
him
know who he
canceled.
looks
I'm
like?
trying to get him murdered by jihadi terrorists.
they can come and try.
Don't.
Come and try.
I don't want no smoke. Okay.
No. Give him your address so they don't come to his address.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I live with a child, so.
All right, give him your child's address.
Jeez.
1-800. That's a phone
1-800.
number.
Yeah, it is a phone number.
All right, so why don't you pause it and then we'll decide if pause it for real though this
Bam.
time, not the stop button,
Click. Click.
and then we'll just.